And we're pushing 3 websites simultaneously here with one microphone, or probably start crapping out. Good morning, interweb. There is absolutely zero going on. I haven't put a trade on since basically pre-market, and I, at this point, don't think I'm going to. So it's one of those days, just sitting around, planning our Vegas trip, talking about the folly of a Monday morning gap down in a bull market. And when a trade works a lot, kind of like those faux show bro VWAP breaks that we were talking about, and we have been talking about for years. But one of the trades that works a lot is when you walk in on Monday morning and the market's gap down, doesn't matter the reason, it's generally a buying opportunity. And if you were up in the middle of the night like I was, you already had the buying on the NQ futures, you saw the bottom was already in. Little faux show bro. There's your NQ futures from the overnight. And then this morning, here's the Qs. And it was as simple as just believing. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. And if you bought the open, that was pretty much the whole trade. Blue line, orange line. Got stopped out of some more at the orange line on the way back down. And we haven't breached VWAP since. And you're still long the Qs. It is quite a boring day. There is zero going on. I know Chinese stocks are doing something, but I don't look at Chinese stocks. I don't condone anybody trading Chinese stocks. I dislike Chinese stocks. Just a few other ideas. We're just going to check on the names that we've been trading. Tilray, little faux show bro, double faux show bro, triple faux show bro, blue line, orange line. Got paid. So not me. I didn't trade it. And then you had ONDS, everybody's new favorite stock. I don't think there's a more popular stock on the internet than Open. I would say Open is the most popular stock talked about on the internet now. I still don't understand the love affair with owning it. It's a great stock to trade, sure, but that's also a crowded trade, right? ONDS is a penny stock, my friends. If you guys don't know, it's a 56-cent stock masquerading here at 13 bucks. Whether they do drones or not, I don't know. But when I see a stock that's gone from 56 cents to 15 bucks, and now everyone's talking about it, my bearishness comes out and I think, all right, this is not going to end well. But I don't short stocks on what I think anymore because that's how I blow up. And that's why when I do a ceremony or a sermon like VWAP saved my life, this is why. So I don't care what I think. I don't care about my own opinion. It's a 56-cent stock. Normally, I would be getting crushed on this thing already, shorten it. But I do like the drone sector. It is my favorite sector. I was right about space rockets and robots in the last couple of years. Obviously, I've been right about silver. That was my one trade that I did today. I shorted silver for about 8 minutes. It was okay. But when there's nothing to do, I don't do anything. And I love that. I'm the most professional non-trader there is. If the setup's not there, I'm not trading. So again, faux show bro, VWAP break on ONDS, right? Traps the shorts, fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. The longs got paid. And if you guys watch my demonstration on Friday and Saturday, or it's mostly Saturday, the idea is that us day traders look for the action where you can cash out of a long, fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break into the finger of God, blow off top, roll over, break down, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reverse to the downside. So just before you got done saying how much you love this stock and think it's going to 1750, you're on the other side of the trade, crushing it right back down to 13. And now that it's doing the Andy Dufresne possible long trade for later. And that's where we're at. Just staying independent, staying focused, finding ideas, making the best out of what we can do, and always reminding ourselves that this market does not, will not, and cannot stay down. So the QQQ trade remains one of the best trades you're ever going to do, especially with the weekly, daily options. Daily options, I meant to say, daily. So instead of having to trade a $622 stock, you're buying 622, 623, 624s. And what's lovely about Thinkorswim, if you don't know, you can put the option right on the chart. And this is why we trade the daily, otherwise known as zero date at the money. So if you're buying 622s, let's say you bought the 623s, let's go 624s. They trade as if they're the stock, and you could actually trade the option as if it's the stock on the chart. So a little faux show bro, faux show bro, faux show bro. And again, if you're buying an option at 220 and they go to 3, generally we're looking at 10 contracts, talking about $2,200 turned into $3,000. If you bought the open, $1,400 turned into $2,500. If you didn't want to trade the open and you waited for the faux show bro, $2,000 turned into $3,100. And if you missed that one, here it is again, buying it on that support at VWAP, $2,100 turned into $3,000. Missed that one, wait for it again. Faux show bro, VWAP rate, $2,200 turns into $3,000. And that's all in one day. So staying focused on the Qs, good choice today, as it is most days, especially on Monday when the markets gap down. More often than not, you'll find some buyers taking advantage of the dip because we are in a bull market. And again, my opinion means nothing. I still want to wait for validation. So we have a trade that works quite often, and we also have a trade that also works quite often. It's a double reason to buy because gap downs on Monday are generally bought, and you got the faux show bro VWAP break. So you got the trade that you're already looking forward to doing, and then it gets confirmed by the wonderful chart pattern that we've come to know as the faux show bro. And that's the day, my friends, and that's all I've got to say today. There really hasn't been much else other. I'm assuming the Chinese stocks are paying some guys. I don't trade Chinese stocks. I boycott. I don't feel left out at all. I have no fear of missing out. Never will, ever again. Did I miss some trades today? Who cares? I don't trade Chinese stocks on the long side. I don't do it. It's just something I don't do. It's just me. But when you break it down as again, what are you trying to do as a day trader? You're trying to get paid. Did you get paid today? Yeah. The only other trade I put on was SIDU long, chased it, knew I chased it, immediately sold it as soon as it went against me. Bought it at 398, went to 403, went right back to 395, sold it, broke VWAP, and that was the end of the trade for me. I probably should have taken the other side. And as a matter of fact, SIDU just did a faux show bro. Maybe just stumbled onto a trade right here. But yeah, I am not active at all today. And normally if I'm not active by 11:15, I pretty much sit and stay out. Still long the Qs, always long the Qs. Every dip's a buy on the Qs, continues to work. I got some swing trades on, Jedi, drones, NAVN. NAVN keeps getting bought on dips. And that's my story. Sticking to it. We're just talking about Vegas. I'm doing two sets in Vegas. If you guys are coming, let me know. It's going to be like a hit the bid family trip. I'll get some shirts made. We'll have some fun. Going out to dinner on Monday night. Tuesday, I got my 2 presentations, and then we're going out to a tequila bar. And then we're going to do some karaoke, both at the Cosmo. And then Wednesday, we're going to go shoot Uzis, play some golf, and I don't know what's going to happen after that. And here we are. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Football, right? Wow. It's nice watching teams that can play the sport, opposed to the Jets and the Giants. By the way, good luck here. As soon as I put the machine on, the since I launched, we finally went green on the Qs. So now we're getting paid. We've been waiting on this trade for quite some times. And if you know what we're waiting for, you probably do. 625 gets you. 625 gets you what? 625 gets you what? 625 gets you 627.50. And if you waited this long, hopefully we don't have to wait too much longer for the 627.50. But also just a reminder, if even if it doesn't get to 627.50, I don't think that's going to be the high of the day. It doesn't really matter at this point because we've already been paid, right? It's not about where it's going. It's about what you're going to do if it rolls over. And still, there is no reason to sell the Qs unless they break that blue line. Or now that you finally broke the highs of the day, some traders will now raise their stop to that last pivot to lock in more gain, which I would say I agree. I condone that action. And that's where we're at. And there's not much to talk about, except that we are in a bull market. And if you guys watch my session on on Friday and Saturday, most of what I do, let's call it all that I do, is confirm my bias. And what was one of my biases on Thursday? JP Morgan, in all their infinite wisdom, decided to downgrade Alcoa in one of the biggest breakouts that the stock has had in 5 years. It's not because they think the stock's going down. It's not because they think it's overvalued. It's because they have a hedge fund buddy that doesn't own enough of it. So they pay their buddy over at JP Morgan to downgrade the stock so people will fall for that bullshit, that trick. The easiest way to manipulate a stock is the upgrade and downgrade. He knows his downgrade will hit Thinkorswim and Yahoo Finance. There he is. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful entry since. And still in it. And no intention of selling it until it gets to $80. But if you were just starting a position, why not start on the wonderful downgrade by JP Morgan, confirmed by the fake them out, shake them out VWAP break, testing VWAP. And now you understand why I trust no one, not even myself. It's not my opinion, right? But isn't it fantastic when your jaded, cynical nature and all your untrustworthiness of this industry gets confirmed on chart, which is what we do now for a living. My name's Kenny Glick. That's my story. Yeah, sadly, I don't own the V-Wave anymore. I don't own the mob. I am kind of mortified about the V-Wave. Apparently, somebody heard that I sold out of it, and it went into one of the biggest uptrends ever. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. Stock basically chopped around for quite some time. You know, we just bought the dip at, under 10 again. Got to 1250, pretty happy. And now it's at all-time highs. Congratulations if you're still in it. And chances are 15 gets 1750. If this thing gets into the 20s, chances are to go to 190. Why? 190? It's at $15, Kenny. I know. Because if you haven't noticed, one of the most absurd parts of the bull market that we're currently in is that when stocks break out, they double. Circa 1999. I never thought I'd see these days ever again. Yet here we are. Stock breaks an all-time high, and then it doubles. And it keeps happening. Hey, Peter. Like it or not. Yeah. I'm going to have you come in on Sunday, too. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I was short silver for about 8 minutes today. Hey, it worked. That's why when I'm shorting something, I always remind people that shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. right? Not only am I bullish silver, right, for the last 27 and a half years, I'm super bullish still today, right? But I got myself a little blow off top, range break, VWAP break. And, I was trying to hold on for the extra 20 cents, but we never got there. And then it broke back over VWAP. Trade was over. And thankfully, done. I ain't getting faux show broed. Silver's on its way to 120, then 180, then 250, and then 500. You really think it's going to 500? Absolutely. Gold 10,000, silver 500. Why not? And if you heard some more of my commentary, not a fan of the cryptocurrencies, right? I'm not even a fan of real stocks, right? I don't trust the stock market. I don't trust real companies and their stocks. It's all built on hope and faith. And, you pull away the hope and the faith. What do you got? But at least these companies are actually based on something tangible. They are real companies that do sell products, half of them. Crypto makes zero sense to me still to this day. I get it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once everybody thought it was worth something, it became worth something. But I've got roughly, I don't know, I don't want to put a number on it, but I would really be willing to sacrifice every penny I have in crypto if it would just go away. Let's put a number on it, $100,000. If somebody said, Kenny, would you give me $100,000 if cryptocurrency would just disappear from its existence as if it never was here in the first place? I would say yes. Where do I sign? Because that would be hilarious to me. Because it's absolutely dog shit, worthless garbage. People are trying to put values on it as if they do things with it. It makes zero sense. I don't care. And that's where I'm at. And if you just cashed out of the queues, congratulations, right? Almost got the 627.50. I'm kind of shocked we didn't. What did we miss it by? Oh, man. Missed it by 11 cents. God damn it. I don't even know what I'm talking about, right? Shit. But now, you see where it's testing? At 11:23 in the afternoon, which is now still the morning. What you're going to do now is make a decision. If it breaks under here, maybe you cut this trade free. Or hang in there and still you're using your VWAP and your multi-day VWAP as your trailing stops, willing to sacrifice some chop. And that's where we're at. We own some Gemmy right now. I bought some of this miserable piece of shit. Almost forgot I had some. Anyway, it's working right now. We're still in this garbage. But you know what? Under $10 or around $10, the stock's been paying us. You got yourself a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal. We bought some of this, still hanging in there with that one. Obviously, you know where the stops are, orange and blue. And hopefully we can get $11 out of that one. And that's it. That's the entire day. That is the premise of my existence today. Monday, gapping down on whatever that was, suing the Fed or whatever that story was. Doesn't matter what the story is. Red Mondays are usually bought. And if you're not convinced, wait for the VWAP to remind you. And of course, UVXY. So if the market was scary and this was going to really amount to something, which it doesn't, and it never will, UVXY would be going up right now. And it's not. So if you're ever afraid, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. All right? I admit it. I'm afraid. If you're ever afraid, go glance over at your friend UVXY. If UVXY is not going up, there's nothing to be afraid of. Take your fear, squash it, and buy something. Because we're in a bull market. And if you heard Ryan Dietrich talk, I think he gave the analogies of how young it is or the innings that we're in. I'm with him. If you forced me to make a call right now, I'd say QQQ 1043 on April 20th, 1:43 p.m. on in 2028. Are you willing to work? You willing to wait? I am. So put on a post-it note, QQQ 1043 at 1:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 20th, 2028. Be there. Party's at my house. And that's where we're at, kids. If anybody has any questions, concerns, death threats, anecdotes, got any stories you want to tell me, I'm all ears. Because I got nothing really else going on right now. And I'm hungry. And that's it. Just waiting around, doing a lot of waiting around today. Oh, big fan of NAVN stuff. You guys don't know that I am in some swing trades. And again, if you were looking for reasons to buy these things, right? When you say to yourself, well, Kenny, I wish you would have told me about this one at 13. It's still a good buy? Well, don't take my word for it. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. There you go. Right? And that's how you got to do everything. It's not about my opinion. My opinion stinks, right? Like my mom used to tell me. My attitude stinks. My opinion stinks. Or as the saying goes, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. And they stink. But man, this market is relentless, right? If you just sit around long enough, the bull will find you. And it's fantastic. You guys trade MSTR? You got to love it down here, right? I don't even like crypto. But the stock keeps finding love at 155. That's like 6 or 7 days in a row, right? 155. And then you say, oh, look, it's our friend MSTR at 155. 155, you got paid. 155, you got paid. 155, you got paid. 155, you got paid. 155, you're getting paid. That's called a trend. Then you have your old friend Tilray, which, some of us had some fun with it. I didn't. Blew my trade on Friday. Shorted some more, and then I shorted a lot more at the worst possible price. Wound up getting out of a winning trade with a loss, which was ridiculous. And then you came back today and said, hey, I'm going to go take a look at Tilray. Oh, good. Little faux show, bro. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. How you doing? Tilray for the win. And that is what they say that. Anybody looking at anything super duper today? Anybody having a banger kind of day? It's kind of boring. Oh, I'm thinking it's going to be an all Jets Super Bowl. Yeah. Meaning, I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers versus Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl. Yeah. Just to rub it in my face. And I mean it. Yeah. Definitely taking Steelers. But I don't bet before the games anymore. Oh, by the way, I'm on a losing streak because everything I wanted to have happen actually happens. I usually bet on what I don't want to see. I don't want Aaron Rodgers to win. So that's why I'm betting the Steelers. I do like Sam Darnold, but I'm not going to bet on him. But if I had to, yeah, I'd have to take Aaron Rodgers bigly. Somehow he's going to beat these guys. But yeah, I had the Eagles, lost. I wanted the Bills to win, so I took Jaguars, lost. I did win pretty freaking huge when Aaron Rodgers beat the Ravens. That was my big win for the year because I was betting every time the Ravens would score, I'd bet another $100 against them. And that was one of my big wins of the year, actually. It's called emotional hedging. You figure, hey, you know what? I might as well bet what I don't want to have happen. So if I'm disappointed, I win some money or I get what I want. And that's why I bet against the Jets for the last 40 years. And I haven't had a losing season against betting. And that's something to say. Who's gambled and made it an entire 30 or 40 years? I mean, I've had some bad years because I've done some other dumb shit. But betting against the Jets, man, it's fantastic. But betting against the Ravens is real money because they pretend that they're a good team every year. And they suck. Ugh. And I hope the Jets or Giants, please do not, please please do not hire this loser coach. Loser coach, he won the Super Bowl. He's got a winning record. Uh-huh. I've never seen a guy who can't manage a fourth quarter worse than this guy. And you're going to come to a team that doesn't know how to play in the fourth quarter already. That's a combination of a really bad outcome. Harbaugh to the Giants, that'd be awful. But yeah, I lost these last couple of games. But I also lost on the first couple of games. What was it? I mean, those were some good games. I mean, I'm so happy. It's nice to watch football again and be entertained. Because man, I didn't even watch football. The Jets broke my heart. They broke not no, sorry, not my heart. They broke my soul. I couldn't even watch the sport anymore. Between the Jets and the Giants and the Ravens. You've heard the story, right? My son, he became a Ravens fan because he couldn't take the pain of being a Jets fan. Now he's got a new exquisite kind of pain. At least I'm not disappointed as a Jets fan. I know I'm losing. How do you not make the playoffs? And you got arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks and Henry on your team. How do you fail? Just stink. But what was the other games? I had a big had a bad weekend gambling. Oh no, sorry, I did win the last game. I had New England. Yeah. My son hit a 5-leg parlay. Unbelievable. I liked some of what he was taking. He had San Fran minus 5.5. He had Saquon over 70 yards. He had some guy that the last play of the game he needed 15 more yards or like 8 more yards. I got a 15-yard catch. He hit the 5-legger. $20, won $360. And I was like, you're not going to hit another one of those for the next 8 years, right? Oh, right. Yeah. I was my buddy's Tepper's right hand man. As a matter of fact, we're getting. Want to hear a crazy story? One of our good friends is Dave Tepper's his girl Friday. You know what his girl Friday is? So anyway, he's Dave Tepper's man. He works with Appaloosa and Dave Tepper, and obviously he's now he's a VP over at the Carolinas. So they're doing a due diligence. So my wife is being interviewed about this guy to see if the NFL needs to get some due diligence on my friend, and my wife's doing it. Me and Dave were getting down on the dance floor about 6 months ago at his wedding. You guys know who Dave Tepper is, right? Billionaire Appaloosa. You should have seen. He almost knocked me over when the free cookies came out. Guy's a billionaire. He almost like knocked me over trying to get when the fresh baked goods came out at the wedding. Guy almost knocked me over. Taking them all the cookies in a little white bag back to the hotel. That's why they're billionaires. Hey, listen, if anybody's in NAVN, now it's above any price that any of you own it. So if you're dying to get out of this thing, come on. Here we are again, back to that 18. I mean, I'd like to see 1855. If you guys know about NAVN, there's a very specific reason I like this stock now. It's because I hated it. And when I hate something and it starts to impress me, I buy it. Because I accidentally own this IPO from Public. Robinhood and Public, they give you IPOs now. So I accidentally bought this. I didn't even know I had it until about 6 days later. The IPO was $25. It opened at $22.75. Like, am I the unluckiest guy in the world? Stock opens up at $22.75. You don't even have a chance to get out at the IPO price. Ridiculous. And then here I bought some more on this turn, trying to dollar cost average out of it, and that was a bad idea. And then they reported earnings, and it capitulated on earnings day and had a faux show bro intraday, and then it broke the earnings high candle. Let's freaking go. Bought some more here. Got to the lifetime VWAP. I bought more 1678, bought more 1750. And now it's pretty much my biggest position. And I think if we can consolidate above the 1685, we got a new faux show bro going on right here, a little consolidation right here. We get back above the recent high at 1855. We only got 3 or 4 more candles to contend with. And in this market, if the stock breaks 22.75, I'm assuming it's going to go to $400 a share, because that's the market we're in, right? IPO high break. Come on. So, liking the name here, my biggest position for sure, because I don't usually swing trade too much anymore. I mean, monetarily, I guess I still own more QQQ, but I'm digging the action here. Little faux show bro. Hopefully the next leg up is, and I wouldn't mind buying more. That's what winning traders do. They buy more as the stock is doing well for you. The bad trader, like I was buying more on the way down, throwing bad, good money after bad. But luckily we got the turn, and now we're on the right side of this bad boy, and hopefully we can keep going. And there goes another one I own. Look at this. Look at this. My whole book is ripping right now. NVTS, you know this one, right? The most undervalued chip stock there is, rumored to be taken over by NVIDIA and or Credo, CRDO, sniffing around. That's the rumor. But every time the stock comes back to its, 1-year VWAP, it's been a pretty good buy. And we're in this one again, loving it. Sold some puts on this one. Got some stock. A kid owns this one. He's been pretty good with his little swing trades. And that is that. Some of you guys got paid by FJet. Not a bad move today. Not completely convinced I know what this thing is. That there's supposedly some supersonic. They bought some old jets. They're doing something with old supersonic jets. I don't know. But it went nuts 2 days after they went public. Crashed back down. I know some of you guys were having some fun with that. But pump and dump today. Triple X. Oh, double X or triple X. All right. Well, if you are coming to Vegas, make sure you send me an email, Kenny Glick at AOL.com, and say, I'm coming to Vegas. And I'll get some cool shirts. And if anybody wants to design the shirt, I haven't really thought about what I want to do. I'm thinking in VWAP we trust. Maybe a sword or something on there. A gladiator helmet or something. Or just maybe hit the bid on the front and in VWAP we trust on the back. Last time we did Don't Be a Dick, Vote Glick t-shirts. Those were a lot of fun. But I think I pulled my candidacy for president. I don't got time for that. Sid you? Oh, did it do the thing? Oh, it did do the thing. There you go. Nice. I would sell a little bit here. If you bought it under that 350. Nice. So if you guys think I'm exaggerating about the QQQ trade, I am not exaggerating. And if you do the math, it's really not that big of a deal to tack on another, 400 points from here in the next, we're talking what? What year is this? We're talking 2 years and 4 months. QQQ 1043, April 2028. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong, obviously, but I think I'm going to be right. I'm with Ryan Dietrich, man. I think this market's about to freaking blast off again. And then everyone's going to chase. We'll have a correction. Everybody will think that's the top. And then it'll trap the shorts like I used to be and crush their heads again. And then we rally. And once we cross over 800 on the Qs, shalom. The only thing I'm wrong about, I thought there'd be one more mini correction before we started blasting off. I thought we were going to get it. I thought they were going to shock us by dipping down to 582.50 again. But, again, the most important thing is getting familiar with these faux show bros right before earnings season. We got it's starting tonight. Starting with tonight's sit. Put that coffee down. Delta Airlines is tonight, or is that tomorrow morning? Oh, yeah, I spoke to our analyst and friend on the VICR. He's still very, very excited about it. And considering I don't own this one, you guys are sitting pretty. I'm never buying it back. Yeah, I can't buy it back. I was in this thing at $56. I can't do it. I can't do it. It goes back to 80, maybe I'll buy it. I can't do it. But he loves this stock. The premise was that they own another company that's going public maybe this year or next year, and also that NVIDIA is using their product, which also makes them a candidate for a takeover or something to that nature. Things of this nature and all of these things. Yeah, VICR. Yeah. Don Corleone likes it, which makes me like it. I don't own it. I'm not buying it back. I can't. Stock's up 300% since I sold it. I can't do it. It's just me being stubborn. Plus, every time I look at it, it goes up 20 points. I mean, it tacked on 30 points the other day out of nowhere. It's just incredible. And not too many people know about it. So, I probably should buy it at some point. Maybe actually, you know what? Here's what I usually do. By the way, is anybody in the SID-U? Nice trade so far on that little faux show, bro. 350. Again, this cheap stock keeps paying you. Keep trading it. It's awesome. What was I going to say? Well, what I would actually normally do if I want to own something, I'll sell puts on it. The calls are just out of control too. They're very expensive. Oh, wow. Faux show, bro. Blue line, orange line on VICR today. Look at that. Yeah. Nice trade. Wow. That's lovely. Look at that. Nice. What I do is I'll go out. This is where I do like selling puts. And again, and today's theme of the show is that you guys know I do a lot more than just day trade, right? I've been in the business for 30 years. I don't talk a lot about this stuff because, I like staying focused in the room. But, then I do a lot of short strangles on the Qs. When they go sideways, I sell puts, I sell calls, I try to collect premium. But something like specifically, like let's say a VICR, which I obviously terrible sell. I sold it the first day or that first pop, like 70 something dollars. I think I made 10 points. It's just awful. So I want to buy the stock at $85, right? I'm comfortable buying it back at 85. So I can go out and I could sell myself an $80 put because these options are so damn expensive. You're getting some pretty good premium. You know, if I said to you, would you like some at 85? Obviously, your answer is yes. Why wouldn't you, right? So let's say $80 put for April. You go out there. Yeah, let's try to see what they'll sell. Actually, let's see what a 75. So a 70, see how there's nobody on them, meaning nobody trades them. So it's very hard to want to be a part of this. But so when there's no volume and a big spread, you make your own trade. You become the market maker, right? So here, so for instance, VICR, $75 puts are 140 by 440. So then you try to find what the real value is by putting offers out there. So maybe somebody wants to sell them to us, right? So we try to sell them. Let's go try to sell them at, let's start at $4. Maybe somebody's out there. So watch this. I will become the market. So 75s, you'll see them on the box right here. 140 by 440. Watch, I'm going to move the entire market. Watch how Kenny Glick controls the fate of the entire contract. Selling $4. Bang. Whoop. Look at that. Look at all those market makers that quickly just jumped in on this trade because they know I'm involved, right? Well, nobody wants it at $4. So let's go 350. Watch, I'm going to move the entire market. Oh, magic. I am the market maker. All right. So now nobody wants them at 350. Let's try at 3. And now I am the market. That's my order. So now we got some sort of fair value, right? Because they didn't follow me this time. So now I just leave it out there. Oh, now they all followed me. So now I'll leave that out there, good till canceled. And hopefully somebody comes along and hits market buy on the $75 puts. And if you are the market, somebody sells it to you. And not only do you capture the spread, but at least you've got the price that you wanted at. And that's where I'll leave the order. And we'll see if anybody buys it for me at 3 because I'm selling. And you got the Lulu. Oh, that Lulu stock just came out of the halt. It's ripping again. LVLU, strip club out of Nashville. You guys know this place? Yeah, you do. Don't pretend. Oh, it's ripping again. Oh, my God. Lulu's Fashion Lounge. You guys ever been there? Sick place. Oh, we missed it coming out of the hall twice already. Shit. Oh, man. Come on, man. Where were you guys on this one? I gave it to you this morning. Little faux show bro action at 11 o'clock. Come on. Oh, I would have bought that. Damn it. Sitting here talking about sports. I said the Lulu. You guys know about Lulu's Fashion Lounge? Yeah. It's hot. I just made that whole story up, right? I have no idea what Lulu's Fashion Lounge is. Could be a strip club in Nashville. Why not? Good luck getting out of a contract with literally no volume. That's the thing, Tango. Tango. That's the whole point. We don't want to get out. We want it to expire worthless. The sham wow guy. You're talking about the pillow guy? Hey, listen, that is kind of my inspiration to get into politics. Because, man, do I love talking, right? And I really do enjoy trying to help humanity. But I will not really appreciate people hating on me on the internet. I could be in a room where 98 people love me and 2 people are hating on me. And all I do is focus on those 2 people. Why? Love me. Imagine me being a politician, where probably 47% of people will kind of hate me. But then again, I think I'd be the best. I really would be. But my real inspiration is Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker came a few votes shy of being a senator. Herschel Walker. The guy couldn't complete a sentence. Dude was a couple of votes away from being the senator. Senator. Not like an assemblyman or congressperson or some small mayor of some bumfuck town. The senator. Senator Glick. Right? Maybe I start with governor, but I don't want to be governor of New York or New Jersey. I got to get the hell out of the East Coast. Governor of Colorado. Maybe I'll go there. Or senator. Senator Glick. Senator Blutowski. That's right. I just watched Animal House with my daughter the other day. Oh, baby. All right, we're up $120 on this Jemmy trade. Anybody want this money? I'm going to sell it. I'm bored. Come on. Get to 11 already. You know what it is? I did some porn back in my day. What? I don't need that stuff coming out. I was on a foot fetish website in Germany. Yeah, you don't need to know everything about me. I would love to start my own party. Hell yeah. I have a whole, oh man, I wrote a whole little story about it too, man. It's called social communarchyism. Before I was into the stock market, before I went into the TV industry, a young Kenny Glick thought of himself as a history teacher. I was a history buff. I love history. I love learning about American history. I took all kinds of Japanese history. I was a history major with a minor in education. That was where I was headed. Matt, I was going to be a history teacher. What was my point? All right. So, I had to learn about all the ideologies, Marxism and all that stuff, and communism, fascism, and monarchs. Had all about dynasties in Japan. I learned all about that stuff, and there's elements to every ideology that are okay. By the way, queues, come on! It's about time. Who's still in the queues? Come on, you fucker, get there. All right, if it doesn't get there, I don't know what to tell you. We're so close. Come on, we waited this long. Here we go. There you go. Come on, 5 more cents. Prove me right. Waiting all day. 627.50, I said, not 46. Come on. Come on now. Come on now. You said 627.50. I know. Oh. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. There it is. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Do you? You have a congressional. I would love to, actually, all kidding aside, I would love to talk to people who are in Congress or anybody that's gotten into politics, especially someone that wasn't really familiar with it like me. I'd like to know what the real process is. Because I had a friend who got into it, and he ran for like assemblyman of a very small district in Brooklyn. He didn't win. It was very interesting how you get a marketing department, and then they raise the money for you. You do some speeches. All right, 627.50. Have a nice day, everybody. There you go. All right, Jemmy, sold to you, 1096. There you go. Okay. Now, I would sell some NAVN, but I ain't selling until it gets to 1850 at least. But Jemmy just sold 1096, 1096, 1095. All right. So if you just joined us late, there you go. We were in the queues, 630, 750. There you go. Done with that day trade. Again, obviously, the family still owns it. I still think we're getting up another 400 points. You think that's going to happen today? No, not today. Today was 625, gets to 627.50. Mission complete. Cash out. And if you're in the Jemmy, you just got to almost 11. Probably shouldn't sell because I'm bored, but I did. And 1095, 1096. Have a nice day. Sold to you. And I do love this stock. I mean, this thing has been paying us down here at these levels. We got paid, we got paid, we got paid, we got paid, and got paid last week. Just got paid again. So not bad. You just got to pick your spots on this dog shit stock. One of these days, maybe if it ever comes out of this, now it's got the Andy Dufresne Kardashian bottom formation. You see what I'm saying? If this bad boy ever does become a real boy, this is butt cheek. If the second butt cheek, so now you're Andy Dufresne again, you're just wallowing in the muck. And if you come out of that muck and you break that back above that 15, that's when we start thinking lifetime VWAP, kind of like NAVN has done for us so far. It requires a lobotomy. I'm in. I need a lobotomy. A frontal lobotomy. And I'd rather have this bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. If you know where that's from, you know you're Dr. Demento. All right, little payday on Jemmy. Listen, I'll take it. We only bought it because it went green. 1067 gets you 1095. Why not? It's better than losing. Speaking of losing, that IPO that I helped bring public is absolute dog shit also, ANGX. And it looks like it's getting worse. But if they try to defend this thing at all-time lows, I'm going to be watching this one soon because it's looking like it's about to go. This thing breaks 377. It's going to 250 and then 0. Here's what's strange about the market. This is actually a profitable little studio that makes family-oriented conservative content. I got friendly with the insiders. And I helped them with their SPAC. SPAC was actually crazy because it was this weird illiquid SPAC, and then it came out of the SPAC and tanked, and it's been garbage ever since. But I want to keep on it to see if anybody comes along to try to defend this thing. Just really awful. You know what else has been awful that I've been stalking? StubHub. Absolute crap. But if it doesn't roll over and die, I might be interested. But if it comes back to 10, yeah, I'll be looking at that one again. All right. At least we got paid on a few of these trades. Man, I've been sitting here doing absolutely nothing today, bro. All right. Qs are done. Jemmy's done. I lost $20 on SIG. SIDU earlier, and I should have made that money back on that last trade. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So we got earnings season. Delta Airlines, I believe. When is it again? Tomorrow. Is that tonight or tomorrow? Ooh. Join us at 1 o'clock. We need to have Tuesday. Wait a minute. Thursday. This Thursday. Wednesday. Oh, Thursday. Oh my God. I get 2 emails from the same company. One guy's telling me come on Wednesday. One guy's telling me come on Thursday. All right, I got to make a phone call. I'm trying to get back on Yahoo Finance. I love these guys. I do a little spot with Yahoo Finance called Stocks in Translation. It's fun. Or maybe I go to the city and get out of my house, stay in the city. Crazy times. Go out, leave my house for 2 days in a row. Woo! Scared. Angex. That was the porn I was in, yeah. Oh no. The thought of going out, I start coughing. Yeah, I was on my deathbed for a couple of days there. And also a reminder, I thought I was able to push through that day. Man, I got hammered trying to trade while I was sick that day. It was just completely irresponsible. Anybody coming to the city on Thursday for JC's gathering at the Civilian? Get to see you guys. And then, like I said, if you guys are coming to Vegas, let me know. The captain's table is full, but if you guys, I could get a sec. If we have enough people, I'll get a second table. We're going to Joe's Steak and Crab House at Caesars Monday night, and then Tuesday, some Ghost Donkey into the karaoke bar at the Cosmo, and then Wednesday, some more shenanigans. And if you had the over on me not smoking weed, you're winning. I haven't smoked since New Year's Eve. I'm going to be good. I'm finally growing up. I haven't had a drink or anything since New Year's. This time I'm gonna make it. My goal is at least 40 days, no weed. But see if my brain, if I start remembering my childhood again. It helped being sick. Yeah. It helped those first 3 days. Yeah. Absolutely. But now I feel great. Well, better. Still not 100% yet. All right. If you're along those cues, stick with it. Took the money and run. The day trade portion of that's over. Obviously, I'm long the cues. I am never selling unless we break 582.50. Because hard not to want to own some stock, man. This market is awesome. All right. You guys have a great rest of the day. If you are coming to Vegas, please email me. I'll get you a t-shirt. Let me know what size you need. Kenny Glick, AOL.com. And it'll be really awesome to meet you guys in person. It's always fun when I meet people in person because I never, ever imagine what you guys are going to look like. And you could trust me, I'm the same person in person. In person. I remember I met somebody in person. He's like, I figured you were going to be like the whole different person when I met you, but nope, you're the same weird dude. I'm like, thanks. All right, be careful out there, y'all. And yeah, that's the VICR $75 puts. I'm trying to sell them for $3. I'd love $3. I would love $3. But I'm also, if you guys want to talk some more book, I'm in NVTS. I think this is an easy one. NVTS. I'm out there a couple of months out. NVTS. I got again, I bought. I'm in these. Some March 6s. I got the June 5s. Nothing too crazy. I sell 10 contracts, 20 contracts. Plus I also think the stock's getting taken over inevitably. But buying calls and it doesn't get taken over, they expire worthless and you lose money. You sell the puts as long as the stock stays above 5. You collect some premium. It's not these are not monstrous trades. This is the way I own stocks. I do like selling puts. I don't talk a lot about it because it's not my favorite thing. I don't want to get people in trouble. So Yeah, I got about like 8 positions on now. That's a lot for me. But I do love the NAVN. I like the fact that we, dollar cost averaged into this one, and it's been working. Hopefully, we can get over 18 and change soon. NVTS, I like VICR, I like it. I got Jedi and the drones, JEDI and the DRNZ. I'm no longer in V Wave, sadly. I don't have any ONDS, which still looks pretty good. I was rocking with Sid U for a couple of days, not got any of that left. And we'll keep this conversation going tomorrow. All right. Have a great rest of the day, and try to stay sane. It's hard. Crazy times we're living in. Later.